What's up everybody? Welcome back to another Dazzle video. Today we're going to be going over some mid-game team fights, and I want to illustrate the importance of patience. We're playing support Dazzle here. I've taken the Poison Bloom facet. This was a great Poison Bloom game. So they have a Doom off lane, a mid Alk, and a hard carry AM. And they have a hard support Lich and a position for Windrunner. Poison Bloom is epically good against these three heroes right here, AM, Alk, and Doom. They have two pretty tanky Poison Bloom targets that I can just hit, and if I can get one or two Poison Blooms off, it's going to hit AM. AM's going to be hard to hit with Poison Touch because she has her counter spell. Can you imagine as a hero having Lotus Orb and Lincoln Sphere built in to your hero on a 3-second cooldown? Poison Bloom is great because you can get some hexes off. It does not get blocked by counterspell. By the way, I do want to note when I play position 4 on Dire, it's very important. It's not required, but you kind of want a Quelling Blade so you can de-ward your big camp. There's a spot right here in the trees that the position 5 will ward, and in order to get to that ward you need to cut 2 trees, and so you can use 2 tangos, but that's probably going to be a waste. So it's good to have a Quelling Blade. In this game, the Quelling Blade had 0 impact otherwise, but it's just worth it to unblock this camp. It makes life a lot easier. And this was actually a pretty hard lane. I also misplayed it, so we kind of lost this lane. My lane against Lich and AM. AM is just so annoying because it just burns your mana, burns my Bristleback's mana, and then Lich is just almost impossible to trade against, kind of like Jakiro in that way. But we had a little bit of a rough laning stage. But that's not what we're here to talk about today, so let's dive into our first team fight. Alright, so I'm going to let this play out here from my perspective, and we're going to slow it down and talk about it. So again, we are talking about patience, and the patience that you want to have is around 2 seconds of time where you just want to really pump the brakes and do nothing. In fact, what you want to do is back up, because remember, the key thing here is the Nothl Projection has 1600 range. 1600 range as the initial starting point, and then you could cast spells on top of that. So if you want to cast Grave, you can be 2,500 range away from your heal target, from your shallow grave target. That is a huge range. So there is absolutely 0 reason why you need to be close to your target at all. Let me take you guys through what I'm thinking. They had vision somewhere, right? I thought they had vision on this cliff, but they had vision right here on this little cliff. And our Venge, so that's why this guy already had the stun queued up. That's why Lich is kind of here, and then Doom is coming. This guy's clearly getting initiated on. So they have vision here. So it's very important what I do in the next 5 seconds. Okay, I just back up and I don't do anything. I don't walk up and like Grave. I don't walk up and Poison Touch. I just stand there, which is nice. This is the maturity level that you're gonna have, right? I don't react for a while, and at the very last second, I'll ult. And then I'll cast my spells. And what that does is it allows me to dodge Alk stun, it allows me to dodge Lich's spells, and it allows me to dodge Windrunner spells. And Doom, which I don't think Doom had blink at this point, so he wouldn't have blinked on me, but it would suck if I got doomed, it would suck if I got bursted down by Alk. I don't have a Glimmer Cape or anything like that, and I'm going to have to use my Grave on this Vengeful Spirit anyway. So I don't have a Grave for myself. So that makes it extremely important for me not to show early in the team fight. So if we go into Alk's point of view, right? He sees me for a brief second, and then he doesn't see me anymore. Right here. So he launches the stun because he has to. And then same thing with Lich. They can all ping. If I'm standing on this high ground and I Grave the Vengeful Spirit from the high ground, they're all going to go on me. Doom is going to go on me. Someone is going to go on me, and I'm not going to be able to cast my spells. But because I'm sitting here in the trees, it makes it very, very easy for me to cast my spells. And from here, it's just pressing buttons. Anyone can do that. And so I just want to highlight the importance of patience in this team fight. And then from here, every game is going to be different. I mean, maybe your team will come, maybe they won't. We just happen to have a Nature's Prophet this game. And somehow I got the kill from Urn onto this AM. Okay, team fight number 2 is coming up here. So now I have Glimmer Cape, I have a Vessel, and let's talk about the items real quick. Vessel is extremely good against Alchemist, and I am playing position 4. One of us needs to buy Vessel. Me or my other support, Vengeful Spirit. I don't want to have Bristleback by Vessel or Mag by Vessel. These guys need to buy damage items like right-click items, survivability items. So it's my responsibility as a Dazzle this game to buy Vessel. If Vengeful Spirit had Vessel, I could buy maybe Solar Crest or maybe Guardian Greaves or something like that. The reason I don't have Arcane Boots this game is because I had a very bad laning stage. So I was already behind, so I skipped it. And if you go Urn or any type of mana item, you're not going to need Arcane Boots for yourself, but you just won't be able to provide that luxury for your team if, let's say, your Mag needs mana or your Vengeful Spirit needs mana. And let's also quickly note that in this game, you want to play around RP, you want to play around swap. So buying a lot of smokes is very important. That's why I always have a smoke ready, because Nature's Prophet can always TP to your location. So you're basically, if you're always at a +1 advantage whenever you go and gank somebody or use a smoke. All right, so let's let this play. So because we have RP, we have Blink RP, we have Swap, I smoke us. But luckily, they were also smoked, and Mag was able to blink out. My movements here are going to go backwards. Go impatient, and we do not cast our ult until the fight has initiated. What is initiation in this fight? Alchemist's Blink is a big initiation. Doom Blink is a big initiation. Lich doing her combo with Ags into ult is a big initiation, but mainly it's the blinks. So we have the blink stun on Alk, and we have Blink Doom. Doom is usually going to have a stun this game, so Blink Centaur War Stomp. One other way you want to frame this in your mind is, where do I want the enemies to have to go? Right? If I take a look at this map, if I had walked towards my base and put my body here, it wouldn't have been as effective because my help is coming from down below. Right? My Bristleback is coming. Nature's Prophet's probably going to TP, but he's walking from down below. So I go down towards my allies, but I still have to be in range to grave my Vengeful Spirit, who's probably going to die pretty quickly. Okay, so I stand in a kind of an annoying location for them to get to. I'll ult. And this was actually, I mean, this was a good grave, but not a good poison touch. I needed to poison touch Doom and Alk. I was a little bit too hasty on this. I should have waited. I should have walked back and then queued the Doom and the Alk together, or I also had an option to queue these 3 heroes right here. And so that is something I need to work on going forward, is being calmer in these team fights. But let's take a look at what happens here. Right, so now Doom and Lich are forced to come towards me. So they use everything on me. They use Lich ult. They use War Stomp is on me, and I have a Glimmer, so I can Glimmer my body. It wastes Lich ult. Unfortunately, Venge does die. I really wanted her to get a swap off, but it's okay. I am a noob, so I don't have Dust. So you always need to carry Dust and Sentries if there's a Glimmer Cape on the opponent team. But the main thing here is Lich wasted her ults, and Doom is in a very bad position. He's away from his Alchemist, and Alk is just getting destroyed by our Nature's Prophet. Nice. There we go. So it would have been a lot different if I had showed too early here, but I made them split, and then I made them waste spells on me down below here. All right, and let's take a look at this one more time from Alk's perspective. So he doesn't see me, he doesn't see me, he doesn't see me until it's too late. All right, and that's really important. And I make sure to vessel the Alk. That's another thing that I did here. All right, guys. Woo. Nice. So, just regular old team fights that could happen in any game. Just showing you guys the importance of taking 2 seconds when you know a team fight is about to happen. Take 2 seconds, just relax, back up, understand your 1600 range, plus the range of all your spells, and then cast your ult, and then press your buttons. Always ask yourself, where is the most annoying place for the enemy to have to go to kill your body in the team fights? All right, hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, and good luck in your next games as Dazzle.